So it's been 5 hours and my starter has doubled. It is 10 o'clock at night, so I am not going to be starting this right now, but I may start it in the morning. Okay, so it's morning and my starter is still at 600. All right, you want to get out your kitchen scale and a large bowl and add 1,000 grams of bread flour. Then you're going to add 750 grams of water and mix. This is really sticky, so you're going to want to use some mixer until you get almost this consistency, and then you can use your hands. And then cover it for an hour with saran wrap, making sure that it is sealed. I use a large rubber band to seal my saran wrap. Once that hour is over, you'll add your 220 grams of sourdough starter. And with a pinching motion that you'll see here in a second, and your hands a little wet, you want to wet them with water. And you pinch and mix until it is all mixed in. Once it's mixed together, you will get your scale back out and add 20 grams of salt. You want it to be like a kosher thick salt, and you don't want any more than 20 grams or it may not rise. And you mix that all together and cover it with your saran wrap and your rubber band. And you let that sit for another hour. Once you get to your next hour, you're going to see that everything is combined. You want to wet your hands with a little damp water, and you lift and fold over. Turn it, lift and fold over, lift and fold over, lift and fold over, and lift and fold over. That is all, and then you cover it back up for another hour and seal it with your rubber band. You're going to do the same motion again, lift and fold over, lift and fold over. Same motions as before, and then you'll cover it and seal it for another hour. You do this 3 times, and after the 3 times, you just let it sit. This can be overnight, but you want it to be doubled in size, jiggly like this, and some bubbles that are formed. Once you see that jiggle, then you can put out some bread flour on your counter and dump the dough on the counter. It should come out of the bowl pretty easily. It shouldn't be too sticky. Once it's out, you will take your cutter, because this will make 2 loaves, and you split that in half. And this is where you begin the process of spreading it out, but not flattening the dough. So you really just want to lift it and make it into a little bit of a square. And once you've made it into a square, you fold over one side, so it kind of makes like a 3-section fold. And you can keep all of those air bubbles. So fold it over, and then you fold the other side over so it looks like a log, and then you roll it up. And this is where a lot of people get stuck, but you just roll it, and then I made this in slow motion, you circle it around so it makes a circle. Nothing special here. It's not perfect science. And that is it. Once you have that little ball, you dump it over into your bowl and cover it with your saran wrap and seal it and put it in your fridge. Same thing with the second loaf. Roll it over, roll it up. And for this one, I have an oblong bowl, so I pinch the ends just so that it's more like a loaf. Throw it in, cover it up, and seal it. You can put it in your fridge. You want to put it in your fridge overnight. This is going to give the sourdough taste to the bread, so the longer you keep it in the fridge, the more of that sour taste. And you can keep this in your fridge for 36 hours. So you don't have to bake them both in one day. Once you're ready to bake, you preheat your oven to 450 degrees with your Dutch oven. Once it's been preheated, you take your loaf out of the fridge, You throw it onto this, open or dump it out, and then you want to slice it with your razor blade. Put it into the Dutch oven carefully, cover it, put it in the oven for 20 minutes. All right, so 20 minutes has been completed with my with the first round, and I'm going to the oven. I'm taking the top off, trying not to burn myself, and you're gonna see that the bread is a little bit light, but it's crusty. So you're gonna set a timer for 15 minutes. Alexa, set a 15-minute timer.
15 minutes, starting now.
And then you reduce the heat to 425. That's it. Let it cool completely before you cut it open.